From an open, unfinished 500 square foot basement to having the framing up, to having the insulation done, to having sheetrock and the mudding and taping done, I am finally sharing some more updates of our basement renovation to our 950 square foot home. I thought it was about time that I share another basement renovation update. I know, I apologize. This project has been taking way longer than I anticipated. My last update, I think, was in March or April, and it is now August, and we were kind of at a standstill for the summer, which, to be honest, I was okay with. I love our little 950 square foot home. We are outside a lot in the summer. We're in and out of the home a lot more. We're not like hunkered down in the winter months needing to be homebodies. So it was okay. We did a lot of outdoor things, more summery things, but now the time has come to have more indoor things ramp up. And so I'm excited to finally have progression on this. There were just some setbacks when you work with contractors, plus heating, cooling people who need to do plumbing as well. In the summer months, when the entire month of July is like 90 plus, almost 100 multiple weeks in a row, they take precedence for them to fix air conditioners and not our little house renovation job. So that is why we had setbacks, because plumbing things and heating and AC stuff had to be done before we put up the sheetrock and the taping and mudding happened. So that is why it has taken so stinking long. But again, as I preface in a lot of my homemaking videos, contentment is key. Yes, I was frustrated for a while and things just were not progressing how I wanted, but I realized it's okay, Lord. The summer months are the time to not have progression happen, because we have so much freedom outdoors in the warmer air and just going out and about more and not needing a larger space. So, contentment. But anyways, here's the update. I'm standing in what will be the girls' bedroom. So we have 4 kids, if you didn't know, 2 girls, 2 boys. They are 1, 3, 5, 7. They're 2 years apart, basically. And we have a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house in 950 square foot space. And so our basement was always unfinished, but now we put egress windows in. So there's one right here behind you for the girls' bedroom and one in my little hallway book nook cove area. Anyways, so I know someone commented that, why do you not have windows in your basement? And they must not have realized we had to do that too. So that happened quite a while ago. There's some videos I shared about that if you want to catch up on, you can find those about basement renovation updates. So anyways, windows were installed, and then we had a more standstill because we had to dig out a bunch of concrete to put in plumbing underneath for issues we were having upstairs for plumbing. So we thought, well, everything was open, we might as well fix all that. So quick recap, because this could be a very extensive part of the video. But that all happened. Then we got the concrete poured. Then we had the framing done back in March or April. I think it was March. And then that plumbing, more plumbing things happened and didn't happen, I should say. So then summer kind of went by and August came, and now we have the sheetrock up and the taping and mudding has the first coat done. And we are hiring this part out. So there's a lot of things we could do ourselves. If it was one room, we would do most of the stuff ourselves. But with being a 500 square foot space, we thought, let's just hire this out, get it done. Get it done quickly. And that way we can get things rolling. So after this, we are to the painting stage, and it's gonna be so exciting. I have kind of a theme idea for what I want the girls' room to look like. And I think we're going to actually just get the girls' room done first. Probably paint. I want to do board and batten or beadboard, probably beadboard in most of the rooms, because I feel like our basement's kind of like walking down into an English cottage. The ceilings are super low, like my hand is touching the ceiling, so it's like 6.5 foot tall ceiling. So it'll feel like, you know, an English cottage with lower ceilings. I'll probably add more color down here than I have in my upstairs area, because I do like neutrals. And I know people are like, get rid of the beige, don't do a lot of neutral color, but I love my neutrals with a few pops of color. I like a lot of the blue-gray look. I have an accent wall in our master bedroom with a like forest green color, so I do have some color, but I definitely do like neutral as well. But there'll probably be a little bit more color in the basement. Not sure about wallpaper. Husband's not on board with wallpaper. I wouldn't mind putting some up, but who knows? We'll see if that happens or not. Probably not to start with, but he is at least willing to do the beadboard, and that stuff will probably be us who do that part. But girls' room aesthetic. So I want to do the English cottage gentle color scheme. Some pale pinks, pale greens. I found some really adorable bedspread quilts. The girls wanted homemade quilts after I thrifted one several months ago, and I just, I can't find them very reasonably that would be super adorable and handmade. So Amazon it was. I found one that's like pale pink and green and white, and so I'm kind of pulling off of that for their wall color scheme. I'll try to insert some little clips here and there so you can see kind of what my idea is for their room, and yeah, just have that as their color. So right behind me, this will be their closet. It's a pretty large closet. I'll just move you over. So I'll probably put a dresser in there and then like one hanging rod. My girls don't have a lot of clothes at this point in their life, being 5 and 7. So I don't feel like we need the entire thing as hanging clothes. Plus with 2 beds right here, it's gonna feel a little tight if I added a dresser somewhere else. There'll probably be a nightstand partially under the window with a bed and a bed. So that's the idea for this room. I should start where we walk down the stairs and what happens there, but this has the best lighting. There is no electricity down here right now, so that is why I started here, just because it's a cloudy, overcast day and I needed a little natural light. So I'll move around the area here and just show you what else is happening in the basement and kind of a few more of my ideas if you missed some of those in previous videos. Okay, not the best lighting, but the stairs are right behind you. So you walk down the stairs and then here is the window area. It's super bright, sorry. But then on this wall, right over here, I want to do a built-in bookshelf area and like a little chair under the window for like a little reading area. So when we have quiet time, one girl could be in the bedroom, one girl could be out here, and then have the bookshelf here. And I'll probably do an enclosed bottom because I know with so many books and other things, if there's gonna be craft supplies and stuff under here, there tends to be clutter that ends up happening. So I kind of like to hide my clutter if at all possible. So that is this little hallway area that I was talking about. And then we'll go into the bathroom area, which is the darkest place because there's no lighting. Okay, so let's back up into here, see how the lighting does. So as I'm walking back, this wall will be the mirror and the vanity, and then we'll have the shower right over here. It is a very small little space, but we thought we need another bathroom. A second bathroom will be super handy to have for 6 people in the home, and so that is why we have it. I've talked about this door situation as well. We are not opening out and we're not opening in. We are gonna do, we couldn't do a pocket door because it would run into the shower, but I think we're gonna do a slider on the outside. So that is the plan as of now, unless we run into a hiccup or something. But I'm praying that that works so that we don't have to look for something else. And I think it'll have to be a little bit smaller of a... Okay, this area is the laundry area. We're gonna have someone skim coat this wall and like stucco it, because it had, this was actually a bathroom down here, but it was really unusable when we first moved in. It was like you walk in, there's a shower. We expanded it over this way. It literally like stopped like right here on the door. So we moved it over a little bit further because this will be our washer dryer area. So washer, dryer, and then we'll have like hopefully a little countertop over the top because I have front loads. This could be a good like laundry hanging area. It's not gonna be finished on top because there are too many wires and things. So it's gonna be open, and that's fine. Some things you just can't win on sheetrocking or beadboarding or something, especially like some of these pipes hang way lower than the rafters. But I thought it might be good then. I could, you know, put hooks up there, hang clothes, as long as it doesn't get all dusty or cobwebby. I'll just have to keep it clean. So our water heater is in here too. So it's just kind of utility room plus going to be the washer dryer. It's not beautiful right now, but it might get there. I'm in my food storage room and I have a radon unit running, the HVAC system's running, so it's a little bit loud in here. But this is gonna be our storage room. We sheetrocked 1.5 walls basically because we needed that side done anyway. So it's all concrete the rest of the way, and for food storage and just like totes and things, again, that doesn't have to be super fancy or adorable or cute, but I will have my canned goods out here, and then like our root cellar type thing that's here. It's not really a root cellar, it does have humidity in it. I can put like my fresh produce, like my potatoes I dig, my onions, pumpkins, squashes, stuff like that in that room, because that will be really nice to have that separate. So that is where we're at with this area, and then it's something that I'm really grateful for, to have a storage room. I mean, someone could convert it to like an office space if they wanted. There is no window to get out of. There is a window, which is not like an egress window. So it's like this tiny little thing. But I mean, if someone ever else moved here, we didn't want it as a storage space, could be an office space. It could be an office storage space, to be honest. I mean, I've seen that happen before too. Could be used as like a guest bed and storage. I've seen that too. So lots of options, but I'm going to make it into a storage room because I do have long-term storage, food storage that I have. I have clothes that I want to put in here for kids sizing up, stuff like that. Fun little area that we have back here that will be kind of funky. So, okay, so there would be the doorway to walk in here. Then right back here where HVAC is, just kind of like a little cubby nook because we needed a little area to get through to clean our HVAC system and put a new filter in. But we'll probably put like a little mini fridge back there and have like our spindrifts and Zevias and things like that, so that we have a fun little mini fridge situation going on down here, which I'm kind of excited to have something like that, especially my husband because he likes a Zevia once a day. So this is the storage area. The stairway walking down, we did have them mud and tape this because we do have right here, we had termite damage on this wall. So we had them sheetrock there. It's a very uneven wall, so we're not sure if I'll stucco this area. I'd like beadboard on here too, but I'm not sure that it's gonna work. So that will be probably the last area we fix. But if I go down, this will just be a quick show you what everything looks like. So laundry room, and then hallway with the window, and bathroom area as the camera adjusts, and then take it to the right. We have, there's the storage room, and then here is the girls' room, the shared room. So door will swing in, and there's their closet. And then in the storage room, ta-da, we have this area in here, and that is the basement for you. So in the bathroom area, sorry I had to get the little guy up. In the bathroom area, I would like to have some more beadboard on the bottom half again, and the shower is the full length of one wall, so it'll be a curtain shower. I want to do a curtain, not glass front door. And then I think I'm gonna do kind of some cream color, maybe a green on the top. I know the girls' room is gonna be green too, but with that pink, green, cream, English cottage aesthetic look that I want, I think it'll all tie in really well together. So that is the idea for the bathroom. Other paint colors throughout the rest of the area, I like White Dove as a color. It's very neutral. I don't feel like I'm gonna do dark colors in this hallway here. There will be good lighting. We have recessed lighting since the ceiling's so low, and the sconce right there I'm gonna put there just for fun because that's pretty and I like that idea. I can always put some battery operated sconces on some walls too if I'd like, but I think keeping it a little more light in this area will be good for just the purpose of lighting and making it feel a little bit more spacious. So that is some color ideas that I think I have. If you guys have some suggestions, I'm open to hearing them. Doesn't mean I'm gonna take them and use them, but some of you guys have shared some really good thoughts and ideas on like the door situation and on different things that we've had in other rooms and stuff like that. So that is the basement update for you guys. I might just incorporate it into other vlogs and videos along the way. It's always fun to see home projects when things expand and when we can use a space that we already had to our advantage. So little guy is talking a lot here, so I better let you go.